Hello people!
So today is splash day and as you can see we are floating, so it worked!
Yeah.
Yay! Leo was very nervous.
Yeah, too many new variables that could go wrong.
Yeah. Guys, stop fighting it! How deep do you think the propeller is? You're barely touching the water! Let's hope the propeller works. I know, Kai. You took off without us. What are we gonna do? You're back on the water! Yay! Woohoo! Splash day!
And everything seems to be dry so far.
So far. Yay! Are you happy to be back on the water, Kai?
I think the propeller is good. Our propeller experiment seems to be working so far. We got off the trailer in reverse against the wind.
Yeah.
And now we are heading, a little bit against the wind, and we have 1,250 RPMs and we're going 4.5 knots.
Good.
Let me see how fast we can push it. Or not really push it. 5. Perhaps a bit small.
Yeah.
But 5.2 with 1,600 RPM, 5.3 knots. Calm water. 5.4.
And now it says poof!
I don't think we can do our 7 knots on engine anymore.
Did we ever do that?
Yeah, we could.
But not before or after oil cooler?
boat for short periods of time. 5.7.
Don't push it too hard, please.
Yeah, we're definitely not making the huge wake that some kayakers enjoyed so much.
Yeah.
6 knots, that's okay.
Yeah.
Good. And I checked the through holes, they all seem fine. I mean, most have the walls closed, so. But the 4 that don't have their walls closed, they are fine.
Great.
Or they don't have
So
any.
far, they're fine.
Yeah, and we get cooling water, so that's also really nice. The bilge is drier than it ever has been.
Can you just come and say it to the camera?
Take cut. I need to give context. So I'm doing a check to see if everything is dry. And yeah, the bilge is drier than it ever has been. And everything seems so far okay. We get cooling water, the shaft seal is not dripping or leaking. Yeah, looks good so far. My concern was a bit the kitchen valve because the trailer was standing on it and it's not great to have pressure on the plastic valve, but couldn't do anything about it and it's absolutely fine, it seems.
Good.
Now I continue to the front, see if the toilet is good and everything. Pernilla asked me to film here the bilge. It's gross, nobody wants to see that. Our boat needs cleaning.
And tell people.
Here we have the new True Design. I'm gonna open the light. And yeah, we need to clean the boat. We know that. Now we go to the front. We have the next valve here. Woo. Here we had a little sensor, we closed that off. Now we're gonna open this one. Bloop, and water is running. But it is not leaking, which is good. We had some holes there, can't see, some small, there was a grounding plate mounted. Now we go in the toilet, which is also a mess. Another valve here. Bloop. Another valve here. Plop, water rising. Oh, it's actually practical. Now we can see where the water line is. It's about here. We have the 3 see-through pipes. All good so far.
But we made it into the water, and
Easily,
water
yeah.
is not coming into the boat.
Yeah.
And the propeller works, so you managed to get off the trailer or whatever.
Yes.
But it made such a big noise. Did you hear it?
The cracking.
Yes.
Yeah, it did. It was even worse inside the boat.
I think your dad had to calm me down. I'm not sure, but I might have screamed in the video. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
At some point I had to look in because I was like, maybe it's the through hole where the one we're standing in is breaking apart, but there was nothing. I think it's, I don't know what it is. It's most likely it's the planks on the trailer that make the sound, or maybe it's the woodwork in the boat that gets a bit. Let's not think about it anymore.
Anyway, it seems like all our projects, knock on wood, worked out, and the people on the boatyard, they were very nice to give us a very fair price, since we haven't been on the hard for that long as well. So
how many days?
that was also
15?
good.
Less than 15.
Yeah.
Like 13 days.
Just about a couple of weeks, yes. So, and we worked full time, more or less, especially you have, for that entire time. Is that people?
That's
Oh. And Christine, you want to stop it and talk
Yeah.
later? We can tell you about the process later. Oh, hi, excuse me. Do you want to do the talking to the camera? Can I have a seat here?
Well.
Stop now.
So, what were you saying?
What were we saying? Well, we could talk about maybe what
What?
it's been like doing this work for the past 2 weeks. And it's been such hard work.
It's suffering. It's not fun.
It was not fun.
it's dirty, it's hazardous. I mean, you basically you work with bad chemicals, and we were not the best to protect us. So don't be like us.
No.
But we will do that every 10 years. So we have 10 years to build to have our body break down those chemicals. So perhaps it's okay.
It was really long days. Like, we started 8.
Yeah, 8:30,
and then we would just stay at the boatyard outside the entire time. And the weather was like, in the end, we had a few days ago we had 22 degrees and it was sunny, and that was while we were painting the boat.
Yeah.
Which was bloody hot. But before that, while we were scraping the boat, it was stormy and rainy and.
It's well, what really helped for us, and we were lucky that we were fast. We had the right tools. We had sort of a little bit of guidance, but we had a really good sander, a really good scraper. We had a hoover for the sander. We had a hardware store close by, so we could buy lots and lots of sandpaper, because once you go into the anti-fouling, the sandpaper is useless pretty fast. So,
and especially the advising, like not only did we have your father, but also your friend lives right there and he knows a lot about boats, and our other friends were working on a boat next to us, and they have a lot of experience sailing, way more than us. So it was really nice to have these people just right there to ask questions.
By the way, I look so weird with the moustache in the camera.
Yeah. By the way, can we take a vote on the moustache, people? Is it a yay or nay situation?
Nay.
Comment below. Please say no.
Anyway, I think we pretty much, we're not really good in filming when we're working, because it's just, you wear the gloves, and it already takes so much time that grabbing the camera and taking off the gloves, and it's just, and I mean, there are plenty of good channels already that show how to do things. So
I mean, we try to film and we will show it, but this is not a boat work channel.
No.
Clearly not. We try to do the absolute minimum required.
Yeah, but we did quite a lot, so we
because we don't want to do it again ever, so we just decided to go all in.
Yeah, we have all new skin fittings. They should last, according to the brand, a lifetime. They're glued in with epoxy and painted over, so there's, I mean, minimum possibility of any leaks. Some of them go directly onto new hoses, so there's no ball valve because they don't need it, because they have to stay open anyway. Some have ball valves, also composite ones, and new hoses and triple clamps or double clamps, so it's all good.
Yeah.
And you might ask, like, isn't that really expensive? It sort of is, but we were quite lucky. I think here in the next city there are really good marine stores, and there's a local or global. He's a global supplier of epoxy stuff. So, and they know us since I'm a kid and repairing windsurfing. They know my dad, so we always get a little bit of a good price. So in the end it wasn't too bad if you compare it to real prices. Like,
hold for the wind.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's cold.
It's cold, yeah. Oh. So a very quick breakdown out of my head. Like, we bought 10 kilos of copper powder. That was around 400 euros. And another 10 kilos of epoxy. That was around 200 euros, so around 600 euros in total. If we had bought the proper copper coat, we were probably more like 2,000 euros, maybe, or at least over 1,000 something euros. Then by not putting ball valves on force through hauls, especially when they're big, we also saved another 300 euros. And for the rest of the ball valves and skin fittings, they're not too expensive. We paid 350 euros, another 200 for some clamps, some pipes, like proper thick exhaust pipes for those. Then we paid 70 euro for a new bearing for the shaft, another 130 for the shaft seal, a new one, we had our shaft modified to fit the propeller, which we got for free. So that was another 50 euros to cut for mechanic to cut the shaft. The boat yard, which was a fair price. What else? Yeah, we didn't use any anti-fouling. We have the copper, which the last layer we diluted a bit the epoxy, so we hope that it works a bit. What else did we?
Did you say we got the propeller for free?
Yeah, the propeller was for free. I mean, it doesn't probably perform like one that fits the boat, but if you have followed us enough, our engine is not performing anyway as it should.
And we are not
engineing too much.
No,
so
we just need it to work enough to get us in and out of marinas and whenever we are in a tight spot. And it does do that, knock on wood, so we don't really use it for more than that.
So of course it was a lot of money now spent, but I think if you know about boats and you have done boat repair, you probably think we got quite cheap away, and I think that's true. Yeah. Okay, there's other costs like daily. We were buying gloves, rollers, sandpapers, and it goes quickly. Like
that baby costume for me.
Smurf costume 10 euros, gloves 10 euros, and then sandpaper 20 euros here, and little things, you know, that it adds up slowly, but you can't do anything about it. And my dad did the same with copper and epoxy, the same thing exactly.
10 years ago.
And he hasn't put any anti-fouling for the last 10 years. He barely has been out of water once.
You were in the water yesterday just to give it a clean, you said. It was quite nice.
It doesn't prevent the growth.
The growth
too much because it keeps most of the copper encapsulated. But the growth can't go too deep because as long as it is like a little. First, it's a barrier to osmosis, but it also doesn't allow, because it's toxic, unfortunately, doesn't allow a very big growth. So it creates a very hard surface to scrape. So it's pretty nice. You dive down, you scrape, and the boat is clean.
Straight to your face is half of the steering.
Doesn't matter. I'm hiding my moustache.
Yeah, well,
better. So pretty expensive.
Take it off then.
Yeah, it was a bit expensive, but if we really get away by not going in the water for the next 5 years, out of the water in the next 5 years.
Yeah, we want to stay in the water.
Yeah.
Floating on the water,
surface.
Yes.
It was totally worth it.
Yeah. So now that's done.
That's done.
Like a huge relief.
That it floats. She's leaning a bit.
And we got it done. Like, we were waiting for so long to finally get the boat out, and then it was almost sinking.
Yeah.
It was a bit stressful.
Yeah, it should be much safer now.
Yeah. It's
in theory, and you never know.
It's been a hard few weeks, and I'm really happy that we're not like most people. They will have to do this also 2 weeks, but it will be their 2 weeks of holiday that they have to go and work like this on their boat. And my god,
yeah,
it's been so hard. Like for you people who do that, and then you go back to your full time. I take my hat off to you. This Jesus.
Yeah.
I need a holiday.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
We also stressed to get it done before, because it was kind of nice. The boatyard was empty. Like once people start showing, they take the ladders, they take the scaffolding. It's even more mess. You drink more coffee, you talk more.
Yeah.
It gets very hot. It was already, and so now it was like boom, boom, boom. It's done. We didn't have to pay the stay too long, because that costs also every week or month you stay. So
that's good.
Brilliant.
So I guess now is trying to clean up the mess that is left on board, and trying to clean the boat and work on everything on the inside to get her ready for the next adventure.
Look at our depth sounder.
Yeah.
And although we painted it over with 3 layers of copper coat, it's working.
Really?
I think it wasn't working that well before. Maybe the copper has done something to it.
Yeah. Comment below if you know the answer to that question.
So now we are even slower on engine, so it means we have to sail even faster, but we have no boat thruster hulls, so that should make us a little bit faster. So
Yeah.
we're ready. And we're leaning to one. Normally we lean to starboard, now we're leaning to port side.
Let's see what happens once we put stuff back in.
Yeah, the whole boat is a mess.
Alright, I think we've done enough talking. Let's go and do some work.
Yeah. So how do you like the boat then?
It's a bit messy.
And imagine I cleaned up yesterday for like 2 hours.
Oh my god. I mean, I completely understand. There was no way of getting around making a mess like this, but
Yeah.
where do we begin? Ow! That's been a while.
Alright, we should stop filming. She gets confused and hits her head. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.